So Laura Ingraham interviewed Trump a few days ago. And I mean, this is Laura Ingraham. Like, this is not Rachel Maddow. And this is what she said.
Fox News.
You're tougher with Canada than you are with our biggest adversaries. Why? Trump, two things he says, quote, only because it's meant to be our 51st state. And he also said, one of the nastiest countries to deal with is Canada. Well, we weren't nasty until you repeatedly threatened to annex us. So first of all, there's that. But people initially talked about this repeated obsession with annexing Canada as maybe as trolling or joking, and that he's not. You don't continue to say something like that, which is so incredibly destructive, not only of international relations, but of businesses. And
Okay, so Randall seems very confident that Trump is not bluffing here, that he really does want Canada as the 51st state. I am not that confident as Randall. Would it be nice? Sure, it would be nice as far as the natural resources go. But really think about this. Trump's not stupid. He knows that Canada leans left compared to the United States. He knows the two senators coming out of the 51st state would be most likely Democrat. He knows that the number of congressional seats coming out of Canada would be mostly Democrat. It'd be like getting a super duper California. It'd be like having two Californias in the United States. Unless you think Trump is a complete idiot, he has to be aware of this. Now, does Trump want the potash out of Saskatchewan and the oil out of Alberta? You bet. Would he love the electricity out of Ontario and the lumber? You bet. But does he want to deal with the social insurance and the Medicare system they have there, and trying to transfer everything over to US dollars, and how to handle Canada's debt, which is not Canada's debt per capita is pretty high, not as high as the United States, but they have a lot of debt as well. Does he really want to deal with Quebec, those francophones who are crazy and has so many tariffs against the United States? I mean, there's a boatload of practical problems with having Canada as the 51st state, and I think Trump knows this.
I just saw a story about tourism from Canada to Tennessee has crashed, about the cancellation of cross-border contracts, about just antipathy and hostility between peoples that never existed before, all being fomented by this fellow and being the 51st state, which is deeply threatening and offensive language. And I wonder how you feel about that.
I got to give you an insight. As a fellow Canadian, guess what? Most Americans don't give Canada a second thought. They don't even care about your antipathy towards America. They don't. But I talk to a lot of Canadians, and they care deeply. It seems like in Canada right now, this is the only thing Canadians talk about, is Trump wanting Canada to be the 51st state. They're scared. Canadians are scared. They're angry. And in a lot of ways, they have united because of Trump. Trump has brought Canadians together. But from the American perspective, Canada's nothing to them. This whole idea of, we had a friendship and now it's broken, that's only from the Canadian side. It's not from the American side. Sure, like America likes maple syrup and the idea of Canada and stuff, but no, if Canadians are mad at America or at Trump, most Americans don't give a crap. Be angry, they say. Doesn't matter. I know this is hard to hear for Canadians, but it's the truth. Americans couldn't tell you how many provinces there are, what order they come in, and what cities. They might know a few cities, but they would mix up the cities with the provinces. They have no idea about Canada. They know it's a big country that's cold. That's about it. We can destroy Canada economically and definitely militarily, just by snapping a finger. So if Canadian politicians are smart, they will bend the knee to Trump. And you can say this is unfair, this is bullying, doesn't matter. But this is the truth. Trump wants three things, and Canada will be totally fine if they do those three things. He wants the trade deficit to go away. He wants a trade surplus, in fact, with Canada. Trump wants Canada to buy more from the U.S. than what we sell to them. That's number one. He wants all the tariffs, especially from Quebec, to go away. The 250% protecting dairy and that sort of thing, just go away. And he wants Canada to do whatever he says on the border, to seal it up, because he's predicting that once the south border is sealed, there's going to be problems on the north. That's it. Do those two things, Canadians will be fine.